What's up guys, welcome back. Check out this truck. This thing has an absolutely faded bumper trim. Now if your car or truck looks anything like this, then stay tuned because today I'm going to be showing you guys how to restore it. Alright guys, so first things first, we want to do a 50-50 to show you guys what it looked like before to what it will look like once we're done with it. So what better way to do that than with some old-fashioned masking tape. So I'm going to grab my blue tape here, and I'm actually going to do it at an angle just because you have these little ridges, and for the sake of making it look nice, we're going to do our best so that it looks nice and great so that you guys have a satisfying 50-50 to look at. So the reason I'm just kind of working the tape a little bit is so that we get a hard tape sticking, and so that the tape sticks within the grooves, because I don't know if you guys can see, but the plastic bumper here has a texture to it. So we just want to make sure that we get a nice deep clean. Now the products that I'm going to be using today is going to be Nonsense with a boar's hair brush. Now this right here is the perfect combination of cleaner and brush in order to prep your trim for a coated dressing. So that's what we're going to do now. I'm going to do this right side here. Actually, I'm gonna do the left side so you guys can have a bigger chunk to see. I'm gonna spray the surface directly, and I'm also gonna spray the bristles of my brush as well. Set that down, and then I'm gonna begin to scrub the surface. Now, the thing with Nonsense is that it's an all-purpose cleaner, which is gonna work out great in our favor, especially with this bumper trim, to give it a deep clean. So what I mean by giving it a deep clean is not just removing dirt and grime, but any kind of embedded oils. So say, the previous time that this owner has applied a dressing on here, obviously it's super faded and it has nothing on there, but we just want to ensure that we have 100% clean and prepped trim before we apply any kind of dressing. So just as it would, prep the vehicle, your paint before you apply ceramic coating, a sealant, or a wax, you want to do the same with your trim. And once you do that, you go ahead and set your brush down, grab yourself a towel here, and wipe off the excess of the cleaner. Oop. And you guys will see right now that after I'm done cleaning it, it looks great. However, that's just because there's still moisture on the surface. Now, what I mean by that is, obviously the liquid, it kind of nourishes the plastic. So it's gonna make it look, good. However, we wanna make sure that it's protected. So now that I've wiped off the excess, what I'm gonna do now is grab my Pro Blow. Now, the reason I got my Pro Blow is just to kind of speed up the process of, drying up any kind of moisture that's on the plastics so that we have a proper bond. So as you guys can see, the trim just pretty much looks as faded as when we first started, and no more different than the right side, with the difference of this being clean and this still being dirty. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab my tire and trim gel. Now, tire and trim gel is an oil-based dressing that does an extraordinary job at restoring faded and neglected plastic trims like this on the exterior of your vehicle. I'm gonna be using it with my applicator here. I'm gonna open it up, apply about 3 drops, set that down, and then I'm going to work that in. And I want you guys to pay attention right away to how it adds depth, clarity. As you guys can see, it restores this plastic trim, makes it look how when it was brand spanking new. Oh, my tape kind of lifted up there a little bit, so that's okay. We're just going to work in the product as best as we can. And make sure to always work in the product, the best that you can, because sometimes whenever you apply a lot of it, you may have a lot of excess sitting on the surface that you want to work in. So I'm just coming back to where I first set down the applicator, just to kind of pick up any excess product and just stretch it so that I make the best use out of my product and I don't have any kind of excess sitting on the surface. Then once I'm done working it in, what I also like to do is grab a separate dry microfiber towel, wipe the area just once or twice just to pick up any excess product. And this will help you so that it doesn't attract dust and that you don't have any extra product on there that's going to make the surface feel like greasy or anything like that. Tire and trim gel is designed to be 100% completely dry to the touch finish. So as you guys will see right now, just from me buffing up the excess of the product, I can touch it with my hand. It's not slippery, it's not oily, it looks great, and as you guys can see, it definitely does look a lot more amazing. So I'm gonna tear off my tape here, show you guys these final results. As you guys can see, I did get a little bit of the moisture underneath the actual tape itself. I'm gonna grab my blower here and just kind of dry it up so that you guys can see that nice hard line. As you guys can see, the trim looks amazing. It looks much better than what we have over here. You do have a little bit of cleaner that kind of seep through under the tape. However, these results, they speak for themselves. It looks amazing. The truck looks a lot better. And as you can imagine, when we do the whole entire bumper, it's gonna look amazing and it's gonna bring up the overall value of this truck. So if you guys like this video, make sure to give this video a like. Comment down below if you learned something new today. And as always, if you guys want to pick up any of the products that we used today, make sure to visit our website or swing by your local Detail Garage store. My name is Joey. This is Chemical Guys Detail Garage. See you guys next time.